What's going on, guys? MariK here, back with another Dragon Ball Super video, and Bandai is at it again. This morning, they revealed the majority of the yellow cards for the World Martial Arts Tournament set. I'm not sure why they started with yellow. I don't think they've ever started with yellow before. More than likely, it's probably because instead of doing it by color this time, they're going to do it in the tournament order that they appeared during the anime. But also probably because of that leader, because they know a lot of people have been waiting for this leader. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. Up first, we have our leader, Jackie Chun. I know a lot of people are excited. We got a Jackie Chun leader. A lot of people are disappointed it's actually Jackie Chun and not Master Roshi. I don't know whether or not having the character name is going to affect any of the gameplay. We don't have anything that really requires a Roshi or a Jackie Chun leader or any cards that have to do with their name anyways, but for the future that could have a big impact on it. When this card attacks, draw a card, 4 or less life, switch to energy to active mode and flip this card over. When he awakens, he becomes Jackie Chun, the mysterious fighter. When this card attacks, draw 1 card, and this card gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. Not that exciting of an ability, but his permanent says during battles where this card is attacking a battle card in rest mode, your opponent can't combo. That's pretty nice, especially because if you're trying to get rid of one of their problematic cards, they can't just try and combo to keep it alive. If you're trying to kill a blocker, they can't combo to keep that blocker alive either, so that's really nice. I can see some instances where that will be helpful. It's not insanely overpowered or anything like that, but it is really cool that they can't combo to keep any of their guys alive. So if you've got any little one-drop crit attackers, you're not keeping them alive, and they're just going to die like they deserve. Also, as with the Tournament of Power theme booster set that we got, all of the leaders are going to be uncommon, so once again we don't have to deal with rare leaders. Jumping from card 50 to 52, meaning that there's probably a super rare yellow card right there. We've got future martial artist Son Goku. He's a yellow super combo, but he only specifies that your leader is World Tournament. So you'll be able to use him with every leader in this set, which is kind of going to be weird. Does it mean we're only going to have 1 super combo for this set? Anyway, when your leader is World Tournament and your life is 5 or less, draw 1 card, 10,000 power. It does kind of concern me. Like, are we going to actually get different super combos, or is it just one that encompasses the entire set? Because it's gonna be a little weird. But we do have plenty of super combos right now that we can use. Up next, we have number 53, Toughened Up Krillin. I believe we went over him and his abilities in yesterday's spoiler video. He's a 2-cost, 15,000, and if Toughened Up Chaozu's in play in your battle area, he gains 5,000 power in critical. Pretty dope. So a 2-drop, 20k crit, and the Chaozu was a 1-drop, so on turn 2, you're getting that crit damage in, or you're making them dump cards out of their hand. I really like this Krillin, to be honest. Then we've got one of my personal favorites, number 54, Unending Moves Yamcha. I'm glad to see we got some Dragon Ball Yamcha, because when Yamcha was really at his prime, and before he became a meme character, and he's a 2-drop 10k with barrier, and his permanent says if Unending Moves Tien Shinhan is in play in your battle area, this card gains 10,000 power and crit. So more crit for yellow. I kind of want to just run a straight yellow crit deck, because I do really like the yellow cards that are in this set, and it's not as difficult as, you would think to get these cards on the board, especially since they have barrier, they have their own built-in protection, and you can still use, negates and combo out of stuff to keep them alive. Next up, number 55 is Yamcha's other half, and no, I don't mean Bulma. Unending Moves Tien Shinhan. He's a 4-cost 20,000 with double strike and barrier. His activate main says once per turn, choose 1 Unending Moves Yamcha in your battle area, KO it, draw 2 cards, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. So basically, turn 4, you want to play this card when you have the Yamcha on the board, attack with the Yamcha for the 20k crit, then activate his ability to KO Yamcha, draw the cards, KO a battle card, and then you can swing with him and get that double strike damage in. I really like these combination attack cards, aside from the fact that the art is just super dope. And the fact that we got Dragon Ball Yamcha and Dragon Ball Tien, and they're both rares, is going to be awesome. If you haven't seen the foiling for the rares, it looks amazing. It's really probably one of my favorite foilings that this game has. Up next, we have the other half of the Krillin combo, Toughened Up Chaozu. He's a 1-cost, 1000 power with blocker. And once per turn, when Toughened Up Krillin is played in your battle area, draw 1 card, and this card gains 14,000 power for the duration of the turn. So he becomes a 15k 1-drop, but he's a blocker, so, I mean, unless you want to attack with him, but you kind of want him to be there for blocker. So that 14,000 he gains kind of seems like a wasted ability to me. Now, if he kept the 14,000 until your next turn, that way he was a 15k blocker if you had the Krillin on the board, then that would be completely different. But as of right now, it's just kind of eh. You're only going to have it on the board to have the Krillin's crit ability. Then we've got number 57, Master Roshi Martial Meister. He's a 1-cost, 6,000 power with barrier. And once per turn, you can choose one Master Shen in your battle area and switch it to rest mode and draw 1 card. Together, these two cards make a really interesting draw engine. However, the fact that they are so weak, and once you put them in rest mode, they're really not going to have a whole lot of protection outside of negates and comboing out of them. But the good news is, we have cards like Dynasty Sun Goten. Don't tell anyone. Up next, we're skipping to number 59, Double Chop Nam. 58 is probably another super rare. He's a 3-cost, 15,000 with the permanent. If your leader card is a yellow World Tournament, this card gains dual attack and barrier. Then his auto says, once per turn when this card attacks, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. It's really nice to be able to just kind of get rid of rest mode cards for free. But it also works well if they happen to block one of your attacks, then his second attack can go ahead and blow that up. Then we have number 60, Ginormous Strength Girin. He's a 3-cost, 15,000 with critical. When you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 4 or less, switch it to rest mode, and that card can't be switched to active mode during your opponent's next turn. That ability can be a really big deal just because they can't switch their card back, and so they can't use it to attack, they can't use it as a blocker, you know. Depending on what that card is, a lot of cards right now are drawing when they attack, or more specifically the crit attackers that get to take a life. So stuff like that is really nice. And since he has critical, even though he is a 3-cost, it makes him worthwhile to play even though he is not extremely overpowered. Then we have number 61, one of my least favorite characters from Dragon Ball, Stenchful Bacterian. He's a 2-cost, 10,000 power. When you play this card, you may choose one card in your life and add it to your hand, so he allows you to kind of self-awaken if you are not able to do that by letting your opponent punch you in the mouth. And if you do so, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, switch it to rest mode, and this card gains 10,000 power for the duration of the turn. So you can hit your opponent for a lot of damage, or you can use that extra power boost to KO whatever card you're putting in rest mode, which, depending on what you are switching to rest mode, you may very well want to take advantage of that and KO it immediately. Up next, we have number 62, Risque Ranfan. She's a 1-cost, 5,000 power. When you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 3 or less, switch it to rest mode, and this card gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. So she's essentially a 1-cost, 10,000 power, but what are you really putting in rest mode that you're going to play her on turn 1? Unless you're waiting to play her on like turn 3 or 4 and you're just going to play her for 1 energy to get that rest mode switch. But the 5,000 boost on a 5,000 really is not that big of a deal. Hopefully, though, she might get to see some play. Getting to switch cards to rest mode does seem to be Yellow's greatest strength at this point. Up next, we have number 63, the second half of the new Yellow Draw engine, Master Shen Martial Meister. He's also a 1-cost, 6,000 power with barrier. Once per turn, choose one Master Roshi Martial Meister. In your battle area, switch it to rest mode, draw 1 card. So, you have them both out on the board. You have them activate their abilities. They switch each other to rest mode. You draw 2 cards. And as long as you can keep them alive, since they have barrier, you could continuously keep doing that and just drawing more card advantage. Again, use Goten. Lastly, we have number 64, I'm the World Champion. This is essentially your pot of greed for Dragon Ball Super. Activate main if Son Goku is in your battle area. Draw 2 cards. It has to be Son Goku Childhood, of course. But if you have that little Goku, you get to draw 2 cards. And you can thin your deck out. You feel your overwhelm by putting this card in your drop after it's played. This card is crazy, and honestly, if you're playing yellow and you have a Goku in your deck, you're playing 4 of these. There's absolutely zero reason not to. I think that it's already pretty insane how much draw power we have in this game and how much hand advantage is so easily attainable. And this card is just going to take that, and we're going to go past the okay, we're drawing too many cards line and go right up to the okay, seriously, I'm going to deck myself out line. Alright, well that's going to go ahead and wrap up the yellow reveal for the World Martial Arts Tournament. I'm super hyped for this set already. Just all the nostalgia from the old Dragon Ball stuff is going to be really cool. Getting to see more of the Majin Buu Saga Goku and Majin Vegeta stuff is going to be really nice as well. So if you guys enjoyed this reveal, if you are looking forward to this set, and it literally comes out a month from now, and we recently, just a couple weeks ago, only got set 4. So it does seem like it's a lot. It does seem like it's a little too much at once, but maybe they'll slow down once we have enough stuff out that there's a very diverse meta where we've got people playing all kinds of different stuff instead of just a few different decks being played by the majority. But hit that like button down below for us. You know, we appreciate the support. We appreciate all of our subscribers. You guys have been asking for this content, more of this content, more profiles, and we are here to deliver. We were at 939 subs at my last count, which is fantastic. We are so close to hitting that 1,000 mark to getting our partnership back, and I just appreciate how much you guys have supported us over this journey. We're going to go ahead and get the frig out of here, though, and we'll see you guys in the next video.